Heading into severe weather season, it's important to have a plan in the case that a tornado moves into our area. St. Joseph is located adjacent to Tornado Alley and as such is subject to the possibility of damaging tornadoes. In fact, between 1952 and 2011, there have been over 100 tornadoes within 30 miles of St. Joseph. While many of these were short-lived EF0 rated tornadoes, nothing is stopping a larger, more destructive tornado from making it here. So what do you do if a tornado is headed towards your home? Now, the safest place to be is obviously going to be in your basement if you have one. But if you don't have a basement, this next safest place is going to be in an interior closet. You're going to want to put as many walls between you and the tornado as possible. Here on this blueprint, we're looking at this interior closet is probably the safest place to go. This one's going to be your next safest place. And bathrooms are typically pretty safe in tornadoes. This one on our blueprint has a window, so you're going to want to avoid windows in your house at all times when a tornado is headed your way. Purchasing a storm shelter is also an option, and it might be less expensive than you think.
One of these set up and delivered in probably a 20-mile area, so you're looking at about $2,600. That's without the steps.
And you can customize them however you see fit.
There's some of them, well, in fact, my wife's uncle has one set up with a chair in it, and he's got his easy chair in it and a little TV, and it's got pretty nice.
Okay, so we know that the safest place to be is either in the basement of your house or in a storm shelter like this, but where should you go if you're not at home or in your safe place? If you're in a mobile home outside St. Joseph city limits, you need to have a safe place to go. Even if your home is tied down, it's not as safe as a permanent sturdy building. But in city limits, an ordinance has been passed that mandates mobile home parks must provide storm shelters that are ADA compliant and fit the design criteria put forth by FEMA. So worst case scenario is going to be if you're in your car driving.
Well, there's a couple options. Every situation is different, depending on if you're on an interstate or if you're in town. For example, if you're in town and you see a convenience store across the street, get into the convenience store and get into their cooler or their freezer. It's been found after tornadoes have come through, like EF5s, like in Moore, Oklahoma, people that were in, say, a gas station freezer, the station's gone, but the freezer stands and they were safe. So every situation is different, but what you want to do is just don't lie in a ditch. We found that that's not the best thing because of debris or a car could roll on you, but you're better off staying in the car.
It used to be that people were advised to pull over somewhere and lay in a ditch, but in the past few years, it's what the National Weather Service has advised is you should turn around. If you see the storm coming or see a tornado coming, you should turn around and get away as quickly as you can.
So if you can't drive away from the tornado, what you want to do is pull over, stay seat belted in your car, and then get as low as you can beneath the windows. This is to avoid any debris that could come from the tornado. You also want to grab, if you do have a blanket or a jacket in the back of your car, you're going to grab that, you're going to put it over your head once again to protect from the possibility of that flying debris. Another question we get pretty frequently is what do you do if you're out in an open area and you receive a tornado warning or you see a tornado? First, you should search for shelter. But next, if you don't see any, you should kneel down and cover your head like this to protect from debris. One of the most dangerous places to be during a tornado is actually right behind me under an overpass. The reason for that is really just simple physics. The air has to go faster to get through a narrower space. So if you're underneath the overpass, you could get sucked out or have debris coming at you at a faster speed. If you find yourself in a store or a church, there should be a plan in place. So don't panic and find your way to a centralized location. Once again, with the most walls between you and the tornado as possible. Additionally, it's important to stay aware. You can do this with a weather radio. Also, sign up for our Fox 26 weather alerts to have alerts sent directly to your phone. And you can also download the Red Cross Tornado app for additional tips, alerts, and the ability to tell your family that you're okay during a tornado situation with just the push of a button. So it's important to remember to stay weather aware and have a plan. It could save your life. Reporting for Fox 26 KNPN, I'm Cecilia Reeves.